Hi social media queens, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tana, like Montana, and my channel is all about social media tips and tricks, what it's like being an influencer and a professional marketer. So go ahead and grab yourself something to drink and let's get started. Today's coffee chat is all about how to get noticed by brands. This is so important when you're trying to build a genuine connection with a brand and work with them on long-term partnerships. I wanted to preface this video with you always want to work with brands that you genuinely love. Whether you've loved them for years or you just found out about them, you never want to promote a brand, product, service to your audience if you don't even genuinely like it. Remember that you're building trust with your audience and you want them to trust your word with anything and everything that you say. It is so important. So if you are recommending a product that honestly you didn't even like, your followers probably aren't gonna like it either. And then if they buy the product, if they spend money based on your word and they don't like it, they're probably not going to trust you in the future, and you have just broken trust with some of your followers. So today I'm going to be touching on 4 main ways to get noticed by brands, and then I'm going to end it with DMing that brand and asking for their social media contact to work with them. I highly recommend doing these 4 things multiple times before DMing a brand and just asking for their social media contact. You're less likely to get a response if you don't even follow the brand, you haven't talked to them, you haven't built up a relationship online with them. But if you're constantly in their DMs or promoting their product without being paid for it, then you're more likely to get a response and land a paid collaboration. So the very first way that you can get noticed by brands is tagging the brand in your post and stories on Instagram. I know this sounds so ridiculous that I would even have to say it, but it's really true. When you are tagging that brand in, your post on social media or your stories where you're talking about the brand, maybe you're reviewing the product in a video online on social, that is going to help you tremendously because the brand is going to be able to see what you can produce for them. So make sure that it is high quality content that you are tagging them in. And when you tag the brand, you're basically sending up a flag saying, hey, look at me, I am using your product, I'm spending my own money on your product, and I can produce content like this for you. But you haven't said it yet. You're just like showing off what you can do for them, you're tagging them, and when you tag someone on Instagram stories, it flags in their DMs and says, you've been tagged in this. So I recommend tagging them and using their hashtag on your stories, and then once you it DMs them or activates that direct message, you can go into your direct message with them and say, I love your brand, this was so fun to create this review, and just show them some more love. Maybe even say something that you're excited about for the future, like, I love this product, but I heard you guys are launching a new product and I can't wait for that product. And the second point I want to touch on is using the brand's hashtags and then also using the hashtags that the brand is following. This is so important. This is a great way to raise up another flag and let that brand know that you are a fan of them and you can create quality content for them. When I worked in professional marketing, this was huge. We always looked at the brand's hashtags and we were looking for people who were already using the product, already talking about the product, and could create quality content. So that is going to be the place where brand marketers are looking. So you're probably wondering, where do I find the brand's hashtags? Typically the brand will have their hashtags in their bio, as you can see, and then you can go to who the brand is following, and then you'll see a little hashtag area of all the hashtags that they're following. You can click on that, and then once you see all the hashtags, you can even follow those hashtags or click on the hashtag and see what other people are posting. So this is exactly what I would do as a brand marketer trying to find clients to work with for my client. And the third point I want to touch on is to engage with their post and stories. So if you see something awesome in their story, you can swipe up and put a little heart face, maybe a cute little sentence about why you're excited, why you love whatever they talked about in their stories. And then you can also comment on their post. I think this is so important. I still do this with brands that I am consistently working with, have worked with before, and want to work with again. I'm always engaging on their post. You really want to say something that's more than so cute or love that. You want to say something that's meaningful and that can potentially help them on their post. What I mean by that is if someone randomly comes to their post and they're looking through their comments and you're commenting something like this, it may help them be able to better visualize what they can do with that product. And it's coming from someone else. It's not coming from the brand. It's coming from someone who is reputable. I say reputable. Someone who is in the fashion space or influencer space. It's coming from someone who is influencing others, and I feel like that is beneficial for the brand and their followers to see. And the fourth point I want to touch on is to DM the brand. Let them know why you're excited about new launches or why you love their brand. Let them know what you're thinking. I think this is so important. Or even like a suggestion. DMing the brand and be like, hey, this like cap broke on my product. It would be awesome if you guys came out with a product with a cap like this. Anything like that is going to shoot up those flags, and that brand is going to be like, wow, this person pays attention. This person wants to help our brand be better. And I wanted to show a little bit of evidence of me tagging a brand in my stories and then DMing them, letting them know that I love their brand. And then I wanted to jump into how you can actually DM the brand after you've been doing this consistently and ask for that social media contact. So I am actually about to show what I say word for word when I message a brand after I've been consistently engaging with their content, talking to them, posting about them. This is what I say to a brand. And I do have another video that goes a little bit more in depth on how to create this first initial mini pitch, as I like to call it, before you do your big pitch once you get their email information. So be sure to check out that video because it is super important and it will help you be able to craft the perfect pitch. Don't just copy what I put here because mine is specifically for me. But if you go watch that video, that is going to show you how to create this little mini pitch specifically for you and your audience. So when I DM them here, they usually respond with a message like this. And I went ahead and blocked out the email and names, and they are happy to provide you with a contact. I have had a couple that don't respond, which is, bound to happen. But if you're messaging brands consistently, then you're sure to have a couple more responses. And again, don't be the person who just DMs a million brands. DM the brands that you really want to work with and that you really resonate with. It's so important to not create a feed that's sponsored post after sponsored post. And again, you want to build that trust with your audience. So if your audience is seeing you post consistently about a brand, they are going to know that you really and truly love that brand. And it comes off in the way you talk about it. It's really hard to talk about a brand that you hate. It's really hard to talk about a brand that you love when you don't truly love it. It'll come across in your face. It'll come across in the words that you use. It'll come across in the lack of stories you have about the brand. I hope you guys enjoyed this coffee chat. I love having a little series like this to share little tidbits of information quickly. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!